Hello everybody, it is Miss Sorensen. We are going to go through this review packet. If you would like to skip ahead to problems that you got wrong after looking at the key, you are welcome to do that. All right, we're going to start with problem number 1. It says that you are 1,526 times more likely to go to the emergency room from a pogo stick injury than win the Mega Millions lottery. That's a little bit crazy. So anyway, she asked 10 hospitals to report their pogo stick injuries, and the hospitals report the following data. So these are the number of pogo stick injuries. So question A says find the standard deviation of the data without using your calculator. Verify you are correct by using your calculator. First thing we need to do is find the mean. So we need to add up all these values and then divide by 10. Okay, if we do that, we get an X bar of 16.4. Next thing we do is create kind of like a chart here. We've got our X, and then we've got our X minus X bar, and then we have our X minus X bar quantity squared. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing that. I think we're going to have to do that a few times. So we've got an X value of 10, an X value of 8, 22, 4, and 7. Okay, so we'll have 10 minus 16.4, 8 minus 16.4, 22 minus 16.4, 4 minus 16.4, 7 minus 16.4. All right, let's keep going with our other values here. So I'm just going to create a brand new one. Okay, we're going to have an X, X minus X bar, and X minus X bar quantity squared. Okay, let's see if we can get the rest in here. We've got an 11, 13, 15, 18, and 56. So 11 minus 16.4. 13 minus 16.4, 15 minus 16.4. Keep going here. Okay. All right, so next step is going to be to subtract those things and then square them. So I'm just gonna get those answers down for you. Just make sure you keep parentheses around these when you do it, or else you're gonna get an incorrect answer, especially with the negatives. So here I get a 40.96. With the 8, I get a 70.56. With 22, I get 31.36. 4 gives me 153.76. 7 gives me 88.36. Here, 11, I'm left with 29.16. 13, and that's 11.56. 15, 1.96. A 2.56. And a 1568.16. Okay, next thing I need to do is I need to sum up the values of my X minus X bar quantity squared. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add all of these values here. Oh, I can't figure that out. That's all right. So I'm going to add up all these values here and all these values here. And that gives me an answer of 199.8.4. Okay, the formula tells me I need to square root that number and then divide by the population minus 1, or the sample size minus 1. So in this case, I'm going to have 199.8.4 divided by, well, I've got 10 values up there, so I'm going to divide by 9. And that is going to give me an answer of 14.9. and our units are injuries, our pogo stick injuries, and I did check that with my calculator, and I did get that answer. Okay. All right, B here, list Tukey's 5-number summary. You should know that that is the min, the Q1, the median, the Q3, and the max. It says you can use your calculator. What you do is you go to Stat, then Edit, put your values into your calculator, press Stat again, then go to Calc, and then you want to go to one variable statistics. And then that's going to give you an answer. Just scroll all the way down, it will give you the answer for all of these. You could also go ahead and order them and then find the min, the Q1, the Q3 by crossing out and doing it that method. But let me just give you the answers here. We've got a min of 4, and we've got a Q1 of 8, a median of 12, looks like a Q3 of 18, and a max of 56. Okay. Find the range and interquartile range of the set. So a range is simply going to be max minus min. In this case, that's going to be 56 minus 4, which is 52, and that's 52 injuries. The IQR, however, is going to be Q3 minus Q1. In this case, my Q3 is 18, and my Q1 is 8, and that's going to give me 10 injuries. Okay. Next step is to determine if there are any outliers for the data. To do that, we use our formula Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. That gives us our low value. And then we also have to do Q3 plus 1.5 times the IQR. All right, so just plugging straight into that, I get 8 minus 1.5. We found the IQR above to be 10. That leaves us with -7. Then over here, Q3 is 18 plus 1.5 times my IQR of 10, and that leaves me with 33. So we need to answer this question, and to do so we can say anything less than -7 is an outlier. Anything greater than 33 is an outlier as well. Do we have any outliers in the data? Yes, we do. We have 56. So 56 is bigger than that 33, so 56 is an outlier. Okay, moving on. All right, next question says, Wenatchee Valley Hospital records 14 pogo stick injuries. What is Wenatchee Valley Hospital's z-score? We need to remember that formula. That's z equals x minus x bar all over the standard deviation. We have all those values. We have 14 pogo sticks for Wenatchee Valley. We have a 16.4 average for them, not for them, but for all of hospitals that we surveyed. And our standard deviation we found to be 14.9, and that's going to give me a -0.161 z-score. So that means they're below average. Sounds like Wenatchee residents are quite safe on their pogo sticks. All right, next up we've got Boston Medical Center claims they have a z-score of 2.5. How many pogo stick injuries did they have? Is it possible? All right, so we have a z times standard deviation plus x bar is equal to x. And if you're wondering how I got that, I just rearranged this formula right here. So that's going to give me x equals a z-score of 2.5. That's coming from here, times the standard deviation of 14.9, which we found above, and then plus our average of 16.4. All right, and that's going to give me 53.65 injuries. Well, is it possible to have 0.65 injuries? Not really. And so we have to round. I'm not picky about this, but I'm going to say let's round up in this case, and we have approximately 54 injuries. It's a rough estimate, but we certainly can't have a decimal of an injury. All right, that's it for page 1. Thanks for listening.